Negotiating your salary can feel intimidating, but it's a crucial skill that can make a significant difference in your career and financial well-being. Whether you're starting a new job or seeking a raise in your current position, understanding how to approach salary discussions is essential. In this video, we'll break down the key steps to effective salary negotiation, provide practical examples, and share tips to help you feel confident and prepared. Let's start by exploring why salary negotiation matters and how it can impact your professional journey. Many people accept the first offer they receive, but negotiating your salary can lead to higher earnings over time and set a positive tone for your future with an employer. It's not just about money, it's about recognizing your value and advocating for yourself. Employers often expect candidates to negotiate, and doing so demonstrates confidence and professionalism. By negotiating, you may also unlock additional benefits, such as flexible work arrangements or extra vacation days. Let's look at how to prepare for these important conversations. Before entering any salary negotiation, it's important to research the typical pay range for your role, industry, and location. Use online resources, salary surveys, and professional networks to gather data. This information will help you set realistic expectations and provide evidence to support your request. Knowing the market rate also prevents you from undervaluing yourself or asking for an unrealistic figure. Let's see how you can use this research in your negotiation strategy. Understanding your unique skills, experience, and accomplishments is key to a successful negotiation. Make a list of your achievements, certifications, and any special expertise you bring to the table. This self-awareness allows you to confidently articulate why you deserve a higher salary. When you know your value, you're better equipped to communicate it clearly to your employer or potential employer. Next, let's talk about setting your target salary. Based on your research and self-assessment, determine a target salary range that reflects your value and the market rate. It's wise to have a minimum acceptable figure in mind, as well as an ideal number. This range will guide your negotiation and help you respond to offers with clarity. Remember, your target should be ambitious yet realistic, taking into account your experience and the company's budget. Now, let's prepare for the actual conversation. Rehearsing your negotiation pitch can make a big difference in how confident and prepared you feel. Practice explaining your value, stating your target salary, and responding to potential objections. You can role-play with a friend or record yourself to refine your delivery. The more you practice, the more natural and persuasive you'll sound during the real conversation. Next, let's discuss the best time to bring up salary. Timing is crucial in salary negotiations. For new job offers, it's usually best to wait until you receive a formal offer before discussing salary. For current roles, consider bringing up the topic during performance reviews or after a major achievement. Choosing the right moment shows professionalism and increases your chances of a positive outcome. Let's move on to how you should start the conversation. When it's time to discuss salary, approach the conversation with a positive and collaborative attitude. Express your enthusiasm for the role or your appreciation for your current position. Then, transition into the salary topic by referencing your research and value. For example, you might say, based on my experience in the market data, I'd like to discuss the compensation package. This sets a constructive tone for the negotiation. Let's look at an example for a new job offer. Suppose you receive an offer for $60,000, but your research shows the market rate is closer to $65,000. You could respond, "Thank you for the offer. Based on my skills and the industry average, I was expecting something in the $65,000 range. Is there flexibility to discuss this?" This approach is respectful and opens the door for further discussion. If you're negotiating a raise in your current job, highlight your recent achievements and contributions. For instance, over the past year, I've taken on additional responsibilities and exceeded my targets. Based on my performance and market data, I'd like to discuss adjusting my compensation. This frames the conversation around your value and results. Sometimes, employers may push back or say the offer is non-negotiable. Stay calm and professional. Ask if there are other forms of compensation, such as bonuses, flexible hours, or extra vacation days. For example, if salary isn't flexible, are there other benefits we could consider? This shows you're open to creative solutions and keeps the conversation positive. Salary isn't the only negotiable part of a compensation package. Consider benefits like health insurance, retirement contributions, remote work options, professional development, or extra paid time off. Sometimes, these perks can be just as valuable as a higher salary. Be prepared to discuss which benefits matter most to you and how they can enhance your overall compensation. When you make your case for a higher salary, be ready to explain your reasoning. Use specific examples of your achievements, market research, and how your skills benefit the company. The more concrete your evidence, the stronger your position. Avoid vague statements, focus on measurable results and facts. This approach makes your request more compelling and harder to dismiss. Throughout the negotiation, maintain a professional and courteous tone. Avoid making demands or ultimatums. Instead, frame your requests as part of a collaborative discussion. For example, I'd like to work together to find a compensation package that reflects my contributions. This approach builds goodwill and increases the likelihood of a positive outcome. Negotiation is a two-way conversation. Listen carefully to the employer's perspective and concerns. This shows respect and helps you understand their constraints. By acknowledging their point of view, you can find common ground and work toward a solution that benefits both parties. Active listening also builds trust and rapport, which are key to successful negotiations. The words you choose can influence the tone of the negotiation. Use positive, collaborative language that focuses on solutions. For example, instead of saying, "That's not enough," try, "Is there room to improve the offer?" This keeps the conversation constructive and increases the chances of reaching an agreement. Not every negotiation will result in your ideal outcome. Be prepared to compromise and consider alternative solutions. Decide in advance which points are non-negotiable and where you're willing to be flexible. This mindset helps you navigate the conversation with confidence and increases the likelihood of reaching a mutually beneficial agreement. Sometimes, the best decision is to walk away if the offer doesn't meet your minimum requirements or align with your goals. It's important to know your bottom line and be willing to decline an offer that isn't right for you. Walking away respectfully keeps the door open for future opportunities and shows that you value yourself and your career. After reaching an agreement, always follow up in writing to confirm the details. This could be an email summarizing the agreed salary, benefits, and start date. Written confirmation helps prevent misunderstandings and ensures both parties are on the same page. It's a simple step that adds professionalism to the process. Avoid common mistakes like accepting the first offer too quickly, failing to do research, or making demands without justification. Don't let nerves lead you to undersell yourself or agree to terms you're not comfortable with. Being aware of these pitfalls helps you approach negotiations with greater confidence and effectiveness. With remote work becoming more common, many salary negotiations now happen over video calls or email. Prepare just as thoroughly as you would for an in-person meeting. Test your technology, choose a quiet environment, and have your notes ready. Clear communication is even more important when you're not face-to-face. Salary negotiation norms can vary by country and company culture. In some places, negotiation is expected, while in others, it may be less common. Research the cultural context of your employer and adapt your approach accordingly. Being sensitive to these differences shows respect and increases your chances of success. When negotiating a salary for a promotion, emphasize your track record and readiness for new responsibilities. Highlight how your contributions have prepared you for the next level. For example, I've consistently delivered strong results and am excited to take on more. I'd like to discuss how my compensation can reflect this new role. Freelancers often negotiate project rates instead of salaries. Clearly define the scope of work, deliverables, and payment terms. Use your portfolio and client testimonials to justify your rates. Don't be afraid to walk away from projects that don't meet your standards or pay fairly. Professionalism and clarity are key. Sometimes, salary negotiations involve multiple stakeholders, such as HR, managers, and finance. Be prepared to address questions from different perspectives and keep your messaging consistent. Stay focused on your value and the data supporting your request. Group negotiations may take longer, so be patient and persistent. Once you receive a job offer, take time to review the details before responding. Express your appreciation, then ask any clarifying questions about the compensation package. If you'd like to negotiate, do so respectfully and provide clear reasons for your request. This shows you're thoughtful and serious about the opportunity. Performance reviews are a natural time to discuss salary increases. Prepare by gathering evidence of your achievements and contributions since your last review. Frame your request in terms of your impact on the team and company. For example, given my recent accomplishments, I'd like to discuss an adjustment to my compensation. When working with recruiters, be clear about your salary expectations early in the process. Recruiters can advocate for you, but they need to know your priorities. Share your research and be transparent about your requirements. This helps recruiters match you with the right opportunities and negotiate on your behalf. In startups or tech companies, equity can be a significant part of your compensation. Understand how equity works, including vesting schedules and potential value. Ask questions to clarify the terms and consider consulting a financial advisor. Equity negotiations can be complex, so take your time to evaluate the offer. Remote work is increasingly negotiable. If working from home is important to you, include it in your negotiation. Be prepared to explain how remote work benefits both you and the company, such as increased productivity or reduced commuting time. Suggest a trial period if the employer is hesitant. Sometimes, Your preferred start date may differ from the employer's. If you need more time before starting a new job, negotiate your start date as part of the offer. Be honest about your reasons and propose a reasonable alternative. Most employers will appreciate your transparency and willingness to find a solution. Signing bonuses can be a valuable part of your compensation, especially if the salary offer is lower than expected. If you're interested in a signing bonus, ask if it's possible to include one in your offer. Explain how it can help bridge the gap and show your enthusiasm for joining the company. If your new job requires moving, ask about relocation assistance. This can include moving expenses, temporary housing, or travel costs. Be specific about your needs and provide estimates if possible. A well-negotiated relocation package can make your transition smoother and less stressful. Professional development opportunities, such as training, certifications, or conference attendance, can be valuable additions to your compensation. If these are important to you, include them in your negotiation. Explain how they will benefit both you and the company by enhancing your skills and performance. Work-life balance is increasingly important. If flexible hours, remote work, or extra vacation days matter to you, discuss them as part of your negotiation. Be clear about your needs and how they'll help you perform at your best. Employers are often open to arrangements that support employee well-being. If career growth is a priority, ask about advancement opportunities during your negotiation. Inquire about promotion timelines, mentorship programs, or leadership training. This shows you're invested in your long-term success and helps you evaluate whether the company supports employee development. Job security can be a concern, especially in uncertain times. If this is important to you, ask about contract terms, severance packages, or job guarantees. Understanding these details can give you peace of mind and help you make an informed decision about your offer. Family-related benefits, such as parental leave, childcare assistance, or family health coverage, can be important parts of your compensation. If these matter to you, bring them up during your negotiation. Be clear about your needs and how these benefits will support your work and family life. Wellness programs, such as gym memberships, mental health support, or wellness stipends, are increasingly offered by employers. If these are important to you, include them in your negotiation. Explain how they contribute to your productivity and overall well-being. Transportation benefits, such as commuter allowances, parking, or public transit passes, can add significant value to your compensation. If you have specific transportation needs, discuss them during your negotiation. Provide estimates and explain how these benefits will help you commute more efficiently. Access to the right technology and tools can impact your productivity and job satisfaction. If you need specific equipment, software, or resources, include them in your negotiation. Explain how these tools will help you perform your job more effectively and contribute to the company's success. Flexible schedules can improve work-life balance and productivity. If you prefer flexible hours or compressed work weeks, discuss these options during your negotiation. Be prepared to explain how flexibility will help you meet your goals and benefit the company. Education benefits, such as tuition reimbursement or student loan assistance, can be valuable additions to your compensation. If continuing education is important to you, include it in your negotiation. Explain how further education will enhance your skills and benefit the company. Performance bonuses can motivate you to exceed your targets and reward your hard work. If you're interested in bonuses, discuss how they can be tied to your performance metrics. Be specific about your goals and how bonuses will align your interests with the company's success. Salary negotiation is a valuable skill that can have a lasting impact on your career. By preparing thoroughly, communicating clearly, and staying professional, you can negotiate with confidence and achieve better outcomes. Remember to research, know your value, and be open to creative solutions. With practice, you'll become more comfortable and successful in your negotiations. Good luck on your journey to better compensation.